get start on desktop recording. So it's very useful to be able to record the screen desktop for uploading to YouTube, for example. What I'm using is the Tinycore 32-bit laptop to record this. And you notice that I'm using JWM window manager with a bar up here besides the default bar on the bottom here. So first thing you have to do is to download extension recordmydesktop and mplayer. So I can just demonstrate here. What we want to do is go to apps, and then there is a record my desktop here, which I've already downloaded and installed, and also mplayer to be able to play the video that gets recorded. So this is mplayer CLI. So that's already also included, downloaded and installed. So after you get those two programs downloaded and installed, what you have to do is set up the sound, because first time when I started my desktop, record my desktop application, it didn't work because I had a wrong sound card. So I have a laptop sound system, but I prefer to use the headphone, and to be able to identify the hardware. What the command that you want to see is a record dash L. So that's going to list the default computer sound card, but this is the C Media USB headphone and the mic that I use here. And what you need is a card number and device number. So card number is 1 and device number is 0. So then what you have to do is you give it a terminal command, record my desktop dash device HW colon 1 comma 0 from here. So that's gonna, and you give that a command, and you enter, and it's gonna start recording. And when you when you finish recording, so let's say we want to also record, for example, another window, and this will also get recorded, and we'll come back, and right now it's capturing all the information. So to finish the recording itself, then what you do is Control C, and that's gonna finish. And when you give that command, what happens is it will create the a file here that you can so after I enter the Control C here, it ends up having all that video and audio information on RAM, and it has to write it into a file called out.ogv file. So it took about 5 minutes for it to complete. So you just have to simply, after Control C, you just look at the screen and wait until it reaches the 100%, and then it creates this file. So after the creates this file, you can play it on mplayer. So what you can do on a ROX is just go ahead and right click, and then go to set run action. So OGV, you can just simply write mplayer here. That way you can double click on the file, and it plays the file on mplayer. So I'll just show you here. So you can see that I mistakenly started two mplayer, but you can get an idea that it does record the desktop, and then you can play it out on mplayer.